This video is sponsored by Surfshark. That's the private VPN that we use, the virtual private network. So it's an app that's on our phone or our computer that allows us to safely access the internet because we use a lot of public Wi-Fi when we're around the road and online banking, and we don't want people stealing even like our login password to YouTube and things like that too. So it encrypts the data from A to B, and then also things like you can watch Netflix programs on it. If you like, when we traveled to Mexico, I wish I would have had it because we could have used our computer, and you change your location from Mexico to a different country where your videos are allowed, like the United States where you really live, and then you could watch those videos doing that. So I love the VPN. It's really easy, and you have a great discount code. We have a coupon code that'll save you 83% off the Surfshark VPN price. That's with a 2-year plan, and you get 3 months for free also. So it works out to like $2.21 a month to have that. And you can have it on multiple devices as well. But we love Surfshark. You can see that kind of silvery paste all over that. You can see that that's been vibrating and moving around in there. But I don't see anything obviously wrong with the distributor, other than it just doesn't fit very well. I did order a new condenser and points that'll be in today. I also got a compression tester coming. All my big diesel stuff, nothing fits on this, so I know that it's not my throttle position sensor like the bus has. Yeah, it's very bizarre what's happening, so I'm going to do a compression test this morning. It was running the best it's ever run yesterday. Everything that we had done to it was just making it better and better and better. It had more power. It was incredible. And then it wasn't. So we ran these valves the day before I left, and they were absolutely perfect. We let it sit overnight. I left it in my brother-in-law's house overnight and went there the next morning and ran the valves first thing in the morning. We hadn't started it. It was completely cold. We set them to 0.006. The engine was perfect. It actually never ran any better. Well, now every single valve is tight. There is zero play, even if I don't know which ones are loaded right now or not, but I spin it around and check them, and every single one on both sides are completely tight. There is zero play in between them. What would cause that? I mean, the only thing I can think is if there was a bunch of crap that had built up over time, especially because we had that bad carburetor on there. Maybe it was running lean and just built up some carbon or something on the valve seats. And then maybe that would have wore them, let them sit in tighter, or it got warm, and I mean, I suppose the valve seats could be messed up, could have burned valves in it. We'll see. I guess I'm hoping for the best. I'm reaching for positive outcomes right now, that somehow things just got set in a little further. But it was running the best it's ever run right before it broke down, so don't understand. But these are all, there's nothing, there's no movement on any of these right now. They are solid. So I'm going to readjust them. I'm going to replace the points here. You sure don't look the best. I'm sure I could have cleaned them up, but for $5 or $7, whatever they weren't very expensive. Looks like I need to put some grease on there too. this out here where it's easier. Look at that thing. Not in the best shape. Okay, points are in. Should be all the way on. I think it'll start. So much for the choke, but hey, I'll take that. Oh my goodness. Okay, final diagnosis. What was wrong? Well, there was a lot of little things that were wrong. A lot of little things that would have either hampered the performance of the engine or would have become a bigger problem shortly in the future. Obviously, that rotor was bad, but it was still working. The points were bad, but they were still working. The condenser was toasted, but it was still working. Tyler, when he got there, we pulled the spark plug. The spark looked great on the spark plug gap there. It was dry. It wasn't flooded. He put the plug back in. He started playing with the distributor timing and moving the distributor, and he would get it to backfire a few times here and there, proving that it was getting fuel and that it was sparking. The problem was there was no compression. Whatever happened, and I don't understand how or why, I'd never heard of it before, what would make those valves tighten up. We set them cold, we set them perfectly. What would make it on a long trip tighten up like that? The only thing I can think is because we've only used this for short little trips here and there. It's never really been on the highway much. And running it hard on the highway might have made something different on there. Things got hotter, or maybe there was carbon buildup on the valves that disappeared and they could seat in a little further or something. I don't understand the concept of what happened, but every single valve had tightened up on it, and it just brought the compression down because I guess the valves were hanging open just a tiny bit. But they weren't too far off. Once I started turning them, it's just almost instantly, then there was clearance, but obviously not the 0.006. But yeah, once I got it set up, I could turn it over by hand before and I could feel compression. So that's why I thought I have compression. But once I readjusted the valves, it was much more difficult to turn over by hand. You could really feel the compression on each cylinder that way. So compression was the main problem. All the electronic ignition issues, that was stuff that would have been a problem in the future that was going bad and may have intermittently, or weakened the spark or something. But it is definitely peppy and strong now. Working good. Well, the thing's running great. It just came flying up that hill. It may not look that fast on the video, but my front tires were losing steering grip on that corner in the gravel. I thought, oh no. But yeah, it's super peppy and it's awesome.
His tools, check the air and all those duels. It's that bus grease monkey, don't you know? Well, he's got a long hard ride in old Lenny the Silver Sides. Get that bus grease monkey on the road. Well, he's got that hammer down and that 47 Hound. It's that bus grease monkey on the road. He travels all around and he's coming to your town. Get that bus grease monkey down the road. See that 4104 with the propped up engine door. Watch that bus grease monkey do his thing. 30 years behind that barn, 'cause it don't run worth a darn. Watch that bus grease monkey make it sing. He knows them Detroits, there's no doubt, upside down and inside out. It's that bus grease monkey, don't you know? Saving buses far and wide in that old blue Silver Sides. It's that bus grease monkey, don't you know? Now he's moved his family to the hills of Tennessee. Watch that bus grease monkey make his home, bringing buses back to life with the help of his dear wife. Watch that bus grease monkey get it done. Well, he travels town to town working on them old greyhounds. It's that bus grease monkey, don't you know? Saving buses far and wide in old Lenny the Silver Sides. It's that bus grease monkey, don't you know? It's that bus grease monkey, don't you know? It's that bus grease monkey, don't you know?